Welcome in our event hosted by Performetrics team. We are so happy to host that fantastic event and have the chance to share this unique knowledge about simplifying performance engineering with intelligence. Today, we'll also give you a walkthrough on our newest product, Go Benchmark, which is focusing on performance engineering maturity model. My name is Andrew Przytuła, and I'm a performance engineer in Performetrics. Before we will start, we'll ask all attendees to mute your microphones and feel free to ask the questions in the chat. We'll try to answer all of the questions after the product presentation. If we have not enough time, then we'll answer the questions after the event. We'll send you all the private emails with the answers for your questions. So today, together with me, we have Joseph. Joseph is an inventor, performance architect, and the founder of the Performetrics company with offices around the world. We have also Bita, our performance engineer and product manager of the Go Benchmark application. Right now, I will handle the mic to Joseph. He will tell us more about the performance engineering maturity model and the idea behind Go Benchmark product. So, Joseph, the show is yours.
Very good. Thank you so much, Andrew, for the introduction. And yeah, welcome everyone in this event today. So it's my pleasure talking to you about the Go Benchmark platform, about the performance engineering maturity model. As you know, probably as a performance engineer, we often deal with difficult situations. So we face that customers are complaining about user experience, about performance problems. And definitely, this is a big challenge for businesses around the world. And what is going on there is that they are starting doing some finger pointing. They are trying to bug these issues. They are trying to find solutions for that. But this is time consuming and very frustrating. So sometimes they bring up a temporary solution. They tweak some of these performance issues, but a couple of weeks later, when the next change will come in, they will experience more issues and face bigger problems. So this is definitely a big problem, and our team was thinking how we could solve it. So we've also done a research on the US job market. For instance, there are more than 7,000 openings for performance testers. It's a big number, and you can understand that it is taking a long time to become very experienced performance engineer. These jobs are not so easily to place with educated engineers. And on one hand, we have a lot of tools available for doing load injection, for doing monitoring, APM, for doing debugging, for doing tracing. Sorry, Peter, can I go back to
yes, sorry.
this page? And on the other hand, all the methods also well established. We have shift left, we have workload modeling, we have stress testing, we have chaos engineering. So this is all documented. There are trainings out there, but still there is a gap in the knowledge. If we look to different industries, if we look to companies, how they are bringing in these tools, these methods, and how they are applying it. So sometimes the engineers, the full stack developers, they are missing a kind of a mentorship, a kind of continuous guidance in this area to let them know what is going well, what is not going well, and how to overcome these challenges. From our perspective, at the moment, performance engineering is definitely not so easily accessible for all the businesses out there. If we go to the next page, please. One of the problems, it's probably also a problem of the entire education. It's so much focused on tools and utilities, but we as performance engineers, we are more focusing on solving problems. And I think doing that in a successful fashion is not that easy. It takes a lot of learnings, and you need some continuous guidance along the way as you're doing things and as you are exploring things. And if we go to the next page, please. This is why we decided, let's create a unique solution that is simplifying the entire performance engineering exercise. We have 20 years domain experience. We have done hundreds of performance testing engineering projects. We collected a lot of successful practices on one hand. So we are storing basically these practices in a meaningful way. We collect advices also from industry experts, and we decided, let's do an assessment. Let's try to bring something up like a performance engineering maturity model so that you as a performance engineer, maybe as a manager, as a QA responsible, you can identify how you are doing in the performance area versus what is the industry average, for instance, in the performance engineering space, so that you can easily compare yourself and you could find out what are the gaps, how could you close these gaps. So these are the core elements of our performance engineering maturity model. We are plugging in a machine learning, artificial intelligence brain behind that to help us along the way create a nice remediation plan that is guiding you as a performance engineer or QA responsible how to remediate and overcome these issues in your applications. I think that's the last one for me, and I will hand it over to Peter, who will give you a quick walkthrough about our new product.
Hello everyone, thanks for coming. And my name is Vita, and today I'm going to walk you through our product, the PEMM. So far, Joseph explained what's the concepts of our product and why performance is important to all businesses. So right now, I don't want to take your time, and I go to the gobenchmark.io, and I share again my screen. Okay, hopefully my screen is sharing and it works.
Yes, it's working fine.
Okay, so the very first step is to going to gobenchmark.io address, and when you enter the URL, and if you look at the landing page and go down a little bit, you can see a major and free version of the PEMM, and including calculate PEMM, share advice, and full assessment. So let's start the first one and calculate PEMM. And as you see, we call it a quick assessment, and the quick assessment calculates your overall PEMM score. And in order to get this score, you just need to answer 9 short answer questions in 3 domains: build, test, and operate. So now I just go answer randomly this question to see what happened after complete this assessment. So build domain has 3 questions. So I, for example, I say yes to all these questions and go to the next domain. And here again, we have 3 questions related to the test. And the last one is about the operate. And for example, I say yes, yes, no. And after that, I see that my application got C, and it doesn't seem too good, and it means I have to improve the performance of my application immediately. And the rank we are here is from C- to A, and each one can indicate the state of your current application. And the next feature is about the share advice, and here again we have 9 questions, and the questions are very same as a quick assessment, but the difference is that you can describe approach and tools that you are currently using in your process, and even you can rate it from 1 to 10, and 1 is poor and 10 means excellent. And the rate indicate how much effective the approach or tools that you adopted in your development life cycle. And here the all information and feedback and your advice that you share with us means a lot to us, because our mission is to offer a very best, useful, and practical remediation plan. So the more valuable data we have, the better solution we can offer to you and your businesses. And the last but not the least feature is about the full assessment. And in order to access the full assessment, you need to register. And as you see, the registration process is a piece of cake. And since I've already registered, so I just log in and to show you what's happened. And once you log in, you can see the dashboard page. And here you have an option as a start assessment. That means you can start your full assessment process. By clicking on that, again, you have another form. And this form, like quick assessment, has 3 domains: build, test, and operate. But here you have 9 questions for each domain, and that means in total you have 27 questions, and that's why it's a full assessment. So, and for each domain we have 3 practices, and I just want again answer this question randomly to see what happened after this process. The first practice of the build domain is about how you can analyze your performance at the earlier stage. So I just answer randomly. And the next practice is about how you indicate your standards and metrics. And the last one is about how you design your performance process. And I go to the next domain is a test. And here again, we have the 3 practice. The first one is about how you check the performance of your single user. And the next one is about what's your performance testing approach for multi-user. And the last one is about how you test your boundaries. Now I go to the last domain is operate. And here again, we have some question about how you detect your slow running requests, and a question about how you collect performance metrics. And the last one is about the performance metrics that impact your business decision, and ask you some question about how you monitor and handle these metrics. After you save your assessment, you can edit your answer and check them again. But after you finalize it, you couldn't edit your form again. And so if in this step, if you are sure that your answer is correct, and you fill the form honestly, you can finalize your assessment. Because in a free version of the PMM, after you finalize your assessment, you couldn't change it for 1 year. So let's see, finalize the assessment and see what happened. After you finalize it, you will see 2 amazing features of the PMM. One of them is score detail, and one of them is about the score comparison. So I go to the score detail. A score details option show you the state of your performance engineering activity. That means based on your answer you provide on a full assessment, you can get your score for each practice and for each domain. So we have a radar chart that shows you the overall PMM score for each practice and for each domain. And if you go down, you can see a table to see your score. And the amazing part of PMM is benchmark comparison, because here you have a chance to compare your result with your peers and other industry. So here you can see what your peers are doing and what's your state. So in the here we have banking, insurance, and airline industry. And if you want, you can uncheck the other industry and only compare your data, for example, with banking industry. And at the end, we have a table that show you your PMM scoring build and for each practices. So here you can find out your weaknesses, strengths, and eventually you can find out which area or section you need to focus more and to improve your process. So benchmark comparison enable you to compare your result and data your state with your peers, and you have a chance to see what your peers are doing. And as I said before, this 3 features is a free version of the PMM, but if you're interested, you can upgrade your plan to professional or enterprise. And and when you upgrade your plan to professional or enterprise, you will get a personal and specific guidance that help you to solve your performance challenge. So, but in a professional, you can get your remediation plan every 6 months. And so for that, you can reassess, retake full assessment every 6 months and then get the remediation plan. But for enterprise, there is no limit for full assessment and remediation plan. That means you can take full assessment every time you want and get your remediation plan. And this is overall in the briefly introduce of the PMM. And before I finish, I just, let's say you can go to the gobenchmark.io and take the advantage of the free version. And if you have any question, we have a documentation link, and you can, if you want, you can check it out. And now I want to hand it over to Andrew, and he will explain the next step about how you can access professional or enterprise. And again, thank you for listening and bring me. I hope it's help you to find your state as a PMM score.
Thank you very much, Vita. That was awesome presentation. I hope that this product demo gave you knowledge about our Go Benchmark product. This is very crucial for us because you are one of the first customers who are seeing that product in action. And when you will be interested in the remediation plan or what you should do next after you complete your assessment, please contact us. I will leave you all contact details to our engineering team. Then you can contact us and we can work together how you should improve your application. Joseph, do you have anything to add?
Everything fine from my end. Thank you so much, Andrew and Peter. Awesome job. And I'm looking forward seeing a lot of assessment flying in, and we are happy to assist you on your performance engineering journey. If there are any questions from the audience, I think we have a few more minutes to answer them. If not, there will be an email follow-up. I think we also share the recording of this meeting, so everything will be there online in the next few days.